Yesterday, in our yesterday's class, we have discussed about conservation of energy. What do we mean by the conservation of energy? That energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. But yes, it can be converted from one form to another. For example, what is written on your screen is that if there are no forces doing work on a system, the total mechanical energy of the system remain constant, and this is conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form of energy into another. Yesterday, I have shown you that while I burn the matchstick, or when I was using the lighter, what was there in the lighter? There was some chemical. When I ignited that chemical, it got converted into electrical energy. Like I'm having this lighter in my hand and I will ignite it. It has started burning. Why it has started burning? Because the chemical which is present in the lighter has been converted into light and heat energy. So it is possible to transform one form of energy into another form. So conversion of one form of energy into another form is known as transformation of energy. But while there is the transformation of energy, one form of energy is converted into another form of energy, but while there is the transformation of energy, let me tell you that it always follow the law of conservation of energy. That is, whatever is the energy present before, that is equal to energy after. For example, if we take it in case of reaction, whatever is the energy before reaction, that has to be equal to the energy after reaction. Like I have burned this matchstick, I have ignited the lighter, the chemical present in the lighter and what was burned, the that energy is equal. But what has happened only is the transformation of it has changed from one form of energy into another form. For example, if there is a hilltop and on the hilltop there is one stone. On the hilltop there is the energy present in the stone because it is above the ground level. So which energy is there? Potential, gravitational potential energy, GPE. But now I just roll it down the hill. So what is this converted into? The potential energy gradually gets converted into kinetic energy because it comes in motion. Once it stops here at the bottom of the hill, again the energy will get converted back into potential energy. Right? So it is possible to convert one form of energy into another form. But energy before should be equal to energy after. Now we are going to discuss about hydroelectric power plant, where there is the different type of energy convergence taking place. Hydroelectric power plant is that power plant which runs with the help of water. You all must be familiar with the dams. What are dams? What happens? What are the dam are the structures which are built over the running water. For example, if there is the water which is flowing down from the mountain and we create a barrier in front of it, the human barrier. The barrier which has been, not human barrier, the barrier which has been created by the human, we call this structure as dam, the reservoir. Then we call, there is the big facility made it, and this such type of reservoirs where we, you can say, where we block the path of the running river and let the water collect in this reservoir. Such kind of structures are known as dam, right? What happened, how we convert one form of energy into another form of energy in the dam, we will like to see to it. Once the water is flowing, once the water was flowing, the flowing water was having which energy? Kinetic energy, right? Because the energy possessed by the object due to motion is called as kinetic energy. So water molecules are in motion, so they were possessing kinetic energy. But then what we created a barrier, right, and raised the height of the barrier above the ground level. So what is this kinetic energy converted into? Now once the water start filling in the reservoir, the kinetic energy, now the water is now, the path of the water is now blocked, and water is now placed in this reservoir. The kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy. And as you increase the height of the dam, the potential energy is also increased. If we increase the height of the dam, potential energy of water is also increased. Okay. Then from the dam, the water is allowed to flow through some gateways. These gates are called as sluice gates. Water is allowed to flow through the gates. These gates are called as sluice gates, and once the water flows out with the large potential, here when the water was present in the, you can say, in the river, the kinetic energy was very less. But once we allowed the water to flow from the top of the dam, the energy present in the water has increased. Now again, the potential energy got converted into kinetic energy once the water flow out from the dams through the sluice gates. Okay, at the bottom of this water pipeline, the water is allowed to flow through the pipelines. At the bottom of the pipeline, there is the circular structure which is kept at the bottom so that the water falls on this circular structure. This circular structure, what we call it as turbine, is the most important component, right? The water is allowed to fall on the turbine, right? Once the turbine is a wheel-like structure, okay? Once the water falls on this turbine, it comes in motion. So here again there is the conversion. It gets converted into circular motion. There is the kinetic energy, but now the water now the dam has started moving in a circular path. Okay. Once the turbine comes in motion, what happens? Let me tell you here. That's why I have brought it near you so that you can understand. Water is allowed to flow from the dam, right, through the pipeline. It comes out through the sluice gates, and this water falls on the turbine. The round structures. These turbines are having a shaft attached to it. These turbines are having the long, you can say, what is a shaft? Shaft is a long circular cylinder, a cylindrical structure. Once the turbine rotates, shaft also rotates. And this shaft, it attached to the generator. So once the shaft moves, right, the generator, the armature coil present within the generator, the armature coil present within the generator also moves. So inside the generator, there is the magnet present. So once there is the change in the magnetic field lines, what is created is electrical energy. But once the energy conversion take place, one thing has to be kept in consideration, that it is going to follow the law of conservation of energy. There are so many other transformations where the one form of energy is getting converted into another form. For example, if we are talking about the solar cell, what happens in a solar cell? The solar energy is getting converted into electrical energy. Solar panel is a panel where there is the presence of large number of photovoltaic cell, which is also called as solar cells. Solar cells convert solar energy into electrical energy. In the same manner, when you switch on the bulb of your room, or when you switch on the LED of your room, we convert electrical energy into light energy and heat energy. When you switch on the fan, the electrical energy is converted into mechanical energy. So there is lot of conversion of energy from one form to another form. But while converting from one form to another form, it has to follow the law of conservation of energy. That is, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Right? I hope this much you must have understood this much. Once the body is in free fall state, is there the conservation of energy. When the body falls under the influence of the gravity, it is called as free fall, right? So now let us discuss. Suppose we are having a body which is raised to a particular height above the ground. Here, when there is the ball or this duster, if it is above the ground, which energy at this moment it is possessing? So let me say, when it is raised above the height, it is having energy which we call as potential energy due to change in the height. Potential energy is the energy possessed by the body due to the change in height, change in size. Let the potential energy present in the object be 20 joule. Okay, what is the kinetic energy? Because the object is in rest, the kinetic energy possessed by the object will be 0. What is the total energy? Total energy will be potential plus kinetic, that is 20 joule. Once the body is allowed to fall, let us calculate at position A, position B and position C when it touches the ground. Here what will happen, if we calculate the potential energy, as the height changes, as the height decreases, the potential energy will also decrease. Let the potential energy be 15 joule. But as per the law of conservation of energy, that energy should always be conserved. If there is the 5 joule has been lost in the potential energy, then the kinetic energy, because now it comes in motion, when we allow this ball to fall down, it has come in motion, so the energy which is present in the object at a certain height here will be combination of both potential energy as well as kinetic energy, because the object is in motion. So if the potential energy at this height is 15 joule, then the kinetic energy will be 5 joule, so that overall energy is 20 joule. Because why this phenomena is happening? Because it is following the law of conservation of energy. At position B, let the potential energy be 10 joule. Therefore, kinetic energy will also be 10 joule. So that overall energy is 20 joule. Here, at the ground level, if the potential energy possessed by the object is 0 and kinetic energy is 20 joule, so that overall energy possessed by the ball is 20 joule. From this, we can conclude that when the object is in free fall, it also follows the law of conservation of energy.